What up? This is Robert Ory.
Ory, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
Hey,
Big Shot Bob coming up short today.
Blame my wife. My wife been in here. She be moving shit around and
every time
covering up shit because she thinks she always believes someone's gonna be watching. I said nobody wants you but me.
Hey, okay? The door closed. Is she home?
Yeah, she in the kitchen.
You might make sure you might have to tone that down just a little bit.
Yeah, he said that a little too loud. I say it all the time, so she's heard it before.
All right,
I run this shit in this house. What are you talking about?
Oh, come on now. Big man with the door closed. Yeah. Shit. Right. Come on now. Open the door and say it with your chest.
You know, it's probably soundproof in there and everything.
Oh, yeah. No, you can't hear nothing. It's like a panic room. You can't hear nothing. Oh, all right. Well, I mean, hell, let's start it right there. That's the Kid Gowie, by the way, joining us this week. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I appreciate y'all having me.
Dude.
It's our honor. Our pleasure, man.
And one of the better content creators out there if you're an NBA fan, man. Some of this, you look, man. I respect the game because you don't hold back, dude. You say what you think. You get it out there. You're not afraid to take a hit. It's good stuff, man.
Hey, listen, you got to say what you got to say, but also understand there's a balance because I ain't trying to piss the NBA off. You know, I love them.
Speaking of that, have you ever felt as though you got really, really close to pissing somebody off or just the league off? You was like, I'm on that line, man. I might need to toe it a little bit.
You know what? One person that I did piss off that I know that I, like, for a fact pissed off was Danny Green.
Really?
This was during the bubble, I believe. And, you know, he was having, like, his cold streak with his shooting and stuff like that. So I did a video. I'm like, bro, like, you got the dead shot tattoo about being accurate and pinpoint and all this, and you bricking all your threes, and I was just going in. And next thing you know, I went to Danny Green's profile and saw I was blocked, and I was like, oh yeah, I pissed him off.
Wow. Is that one of the first moments, or what was the moment where you knew that your voice was powerful and it traveled? Like, was there a specific moment or a couple of moments you remember? But like, okay, yeah, my voice actually means something now.
To be honest with you, it was at the very beginning, like maybe I think it was probably 2017 when I went viral and I started to gain a little bit of traction on social media. I did a parody, and it was funny because the parody was actually a brand deal with Atlantic Records, and a lot of people don't know that. So like I did a parody of a song of an artist that they had, and somehow, some way, James Harden's people saw it. They reposted me on his profile, and I was like, and this is like, James Harden is one of my favorite players ever. So like for that to happen, I was like, oh no, this is real. Like I have actual reach on social media. This isn't just me talking to my group of friends or my small following. Like my videos can go beyond that. Yeah. And I think that was the first moment where I was just like, oh yeah, it's that time now.
It's so weird when you watch your videos. This should be funny as hell. And do you have someone you collab with, or is this all you?
So to be honest with you, and a lot of people like are mind blown by this, every video that you've seen from me has just always been me. So the voices in the background, the outfits, the filming, the editing, like everything has just been me. Now I'll do collabs here and there, but it's very brief and like rare. Only because like I think I'm such a perfectionist that I can't tell other people what to do. I can only control myself. And I think that's kind of why. But aside from that, everything that you've seen has been 100% me.
So you started, I think you started on YouTube, was it back in like 2006 or sometime in the middle 2000s, I believe?
I started YouTube. I think I created my account around that time.
Okay.
You know, just to watch videos, but I think I started actually creating videos around that 2009, 2010. Okay. But I didn't really start putting out content consistently, and I use that with air quotes, till like 2012. And I think that's where things started to get a little bit more real for me and like gaining traction.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I mean, we could talk about your career all day long. I want to get to the news of the day. The Knicks just fired Tom Thibodeaux.
Did they really? I didn't even see that.
It just broke. Normally we tape this show a few hours earlier. If this would have been this week's post-credit scene, Rob. This would have been the, oh shit, we got to turn the cameras back on and we got to cut something else because the Knicks just fired Tibbs. Happened just a few minutes ago. They're relieving Tibbs of his duties. He had back-to-back 50-plus winning seasons for the last 5 years in the playoffs. Knicks just went to their first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years, which goes to show you that Knicks fans have no chill. Like, they will, if you don't get us to the finals and bring home a ring, we don't have time for you. Because that's like, it's nuts to me that they would let him go on the midst of what they just did.
Yeah, situations like that makes me feel for the coaches because it's kind of like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like if the Knicks would have missed the playoffs, obviously you get fired, rightfully so. But the fact that you made your first Eastern Conference Finals in 25 years and you still get fired, dang, that's a hard job to have.
That's New York, baby.
That's the NBA. You think about 5 years. You think about, you talk about, I don't give a shit. He just got fired after winning the championship just 2 years ago.
Oh, Mike Malone. Where's our buddy Mike? He's here.
I don't give a shit.
He's there. He is. He's there.
You think about that, man. The thing that I would tell people, if I was a coach, I wouldn't give a shit if I got fired because I'm going to get paid anyway. I'm going to sit my ass home and make some money. So with that mindset, you got to coach these guys. If they want to act like an ass, okay, you got like an ass with them. Say, I don't give a shit. I'm going to get fired any damn way. And I think when you watch how he coached the Knicks, if you'd have coached the Knicks how he coached at the end of the season, the playoffs, and did that throughout the season, I think they would have been a better ball club. Playing only 6 to 7 guys all year, 40 minutes a game. You can't do that, man, nowadays, especially how fast the game is. In our era, you could have did that shit because, half the possession, we're going to walk that bitch up, set something up. No, hey, I'll get the big ass on the
Smoke a cigarette on your way down the floor. That's fine.
And the crazy part about it is, but Tibbs is up to his old ways. Even when he was in Chicago, you run 6 guys into the floor. He's one of the guys that people contribute to Derrick Rose's demise and his injuries is because he didn't know when to say when. Sometimes, hey, man, you got to take care of your players, and your players take care of you, and he has a history of not being able to do that.
Yeah. I always, when people say Derrick Rose Tibbs is the reason Derrick Rose broke down.
Not the only reason.
It's not only. I just think about when you look at a guy like Derrick Rose, his explosiveness, it was bound to happen. It's going to happen. I hope it doesn't. But Ja Morant, same way. Look how hurt he is all the time because they're so explosive. They're so small in stature. Who's supposed to jump that damn high? That's being that little. Shit, that don't make any sense.
Gowie, if you had to, I personally think that you only make this move if you're the Knicks for one person and one person only. But I want to know, who do you think? Okay, now you got Tibbs out. Who's now going to be the new head coach of the New York Knicks?
I mean, I feel like y'all brought the name. I would want to go to Mike Malone because that's the most recent champion. And I just feel like what he was able to do with Denver is something that you really want to kind of bring to your program. I feel like you have the pieces as the Knicks. And I keep hearing people talk about trading Cat and this, that, and the third. I don't know how other people feel about that. Me personally, I think you keep Cat. But it's just like, you get these pieces, you have the coach, you have to make it work. And I just think that with Tibbs, I do think he got stuck in his ways a little bit. It kind of reminds me like Mike D'Antoni a little bit. Like Mike D'Antoni, he had his style of play.
Rob's favorite guy.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, you and mine both. But like Mike D'Antoni, he was stuck in his ways. It's like, it's my way or the highway. And with Tibbs, with his small rotations, it's kind of like, yo, this is what we're going to do. This is what I'm sticking to. And I feel like there's nothing wrong with sticking to your guns, but also be open to expanding that. And when you fail to do so, that's kind of what happens. But like I said, long story short, Mike Malone will probably be my choice.
That me too. That's the only way you fire. That's the only way you fire Tibbs if you go get a NBA champ coach like Malone.
Think about it. It's just like, to me, there are a lot of young coaches out there that are assistant coaches that could get some good jobs and stuff like that. And for me, it doesn't just have to be a Mike Malone. It's some other people out there that could come in with some new blood. I just think, people look at the Knicks and they look at. Let's be honest, they overachieve each and every year with Thibodeaux. If you look at that squad, they shouldn't be winning 50 games, man. But the one thing they're going to have to do is they're going to have to take mini Luka, mini Bronson, and change up that whole style of play because if they keep playing like that where mini Luka is taking all the shots and letting everybody get his scraps, they're going to be back in the same position they were last year.
Okay, so now the question is, how does a guy like Brunson respond to a guy like Mike Malone? Because we know Mike. Mike doesn't. Mike said it himself. I don't give a shit. He does not give a shit. Like Mike don't care. So do you think those guys would be pliable to a coach like Malone?
If you look at that whole crew, me personally, and Gowie, I'll let you answer this too, but I think they will because everybody on that team is coachable. You know, and I don't see any guys saying, "Oh, I ain't doing this shit." You know, I think that whole team will be like, "Okay, let's try it." You know, especially if you got a guy with a pedigree that comes in there. Okay, let's try it your way.
Yeah, I agree with that too. Like you have the Nova boys over there. I also believe like when you have that situation where you were so close to tasting a championship and you get a guy to come in that's won one, I feel like that's an easier way to buy in. It's like, okay, we fell short, but maybe this is the guy that can get us over that hump because he's done it before and he's done it fairly recently. So like, I think that's ultimately what's going to make them buy into it.
Man, just slap that big old ring on the table and say, y'all want one of these.
Hey, listen,
y'all ain't seen this since 73.
Hey, you can slap that ring on the bitch that says you still had that dude 3 MVPs and they win shit, so.
They won one. They got it done once. They got there once.
Hey,
you know nowadays one don't mean shit.
Look,
like,
Rob,
they need you to go back to back.
Rob, remember this.
Those.
The last time the Knicks won a title, the trophy was made out of a whole different set of material. It don't make the trophy the same no more.
Made out of stone.
Dude, they don't even make cars the same way no more.
Hey, listen, I said
they don't even make basketball players the same way they used to.
I said the last time the Knicks, last time New York won a championship, Frank Lucas was moving Knicks and Come on now, it's time to level up.
Come on, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Tell me, Gowie, tell me you've had run-ins with Knicks fans. You have had to have them come at you at some point.
Oh, for sure. I went to Madison Square Garden when they played the Rockets. So I went there for that game. And that was actually my first game at the Garden. Man, the energy in there is insane. Like the game was on maybe like a Tuesday or Wednesday evening. And I was like, yo, this feels like a playoff atmosphere. And it's Wednesday. Like people got to work. People were at work today and got to work tomorrow. And it was like, it was jumping in there. So one of my things on my bucket list is I want to go to New York when they win a playoff game because the energy outside of MSG is insane.
Yeah, just don't wear the other team's gear. You'll be all right.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go nicked up. I'm sorry. You got to make business decisions.
Yeah, you put that Rockets hat to the side for a few minutes. You know what I mean?
What your Rockets gonna do, man?
Oh, that's your Rockets too.
Yeah. Hey, pass that buck real fast, man.
Hold on. I root for who paid me. Who pays me right now?
Lakers. Yeah.
Nobody right now because I'm a free agent. But
that's right.
I'm waiting to see.
I see that Lakers pillow in the back though. I need to see a Rockets one next to that.
Well, the Rockets stuff is over there. You see my little that right there?
Okay, yeah,
that's me.
All
The
right,
Lakers, Rockets they have pillows. You know, they don't give me shit like that. Lakers always giving you shit, man. So you just throw it in I got so much Lakers shit floating around here. But I don't mean that in the bad way. I just mean Lakers stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm about to say they definitely ain't gonna call now Lakers. But I think the Rockets are in a great position. I think the only thing that we're lacking is that go-getter, like that bucket getter that we can rely on when things get a little stale. I think that Jalen Green is an extraordinary talent, very athletic. He has all the tools that he needs to be successful from his athleticism, quick first step. He has a jumper, handles, he's crafty around the rim, etc. But consistency has been his biggest issue since he's came into the league. And I think that if the Rockets want to take that next step, we have to get a guy that's going to be able to be relied on in those moments. I think that all right, so listen.
Here comes his case for Giannis. Ready? Here we go.
So to be honest with you, I'm afraid of the Giannis play. The reason why I'm afraid of the Giannis play, and me personally, I think that Giannis has been one of the best players. Like I'm saying, top two. It may be controversial depending on who you ask, but Giannis has been a top two player over the past 5 years in the NBA, and that's my personal opinion. But the reason why it scares me is because if you go get a Giannis, you have to give so much up. And it's like, do you want to gut your team for Giannis and put him back in the same position to where he feels like he can't win? And then on top of that, completely ruin your team of the chemistry and the years that you put together to build this. Yeah. And I don't really think so. So I think that you look to Phoenix, you look at the team where you have their picks, you have a Devin Booker, you have a Kevin Durant. I think the easiest play would be KD because KD is up there older in age. I think that it'll be less expensive to get him. Devin Booker still has some, youthful years under his belt. So I know Phoenix are going to ask for a little bit more, but I think that with the leverage of the picks, I think that Kevin Durant could be that guy.
And Phoenix just reportedly dropped their asking price, whatever that means for Kevin Durant. So I don't know what dropping that means, but that's what the report is.
That's just to get people to call. Oh, you're dropping the price? Yeah, I didn't ever tell you what the price was, did I?
Yeah, exactly. In other words, the price went from unrealistic to realistic. They were trying to tax
It's slightly more realistic,
Exactly.
Yeah, the thing about the Rockets, though, if you think about it, you get rid of Van Vliet, Reed Shepherd, Cam Whitmore, you got to get rid of Tari Ahmed. No one of those two guys, because they basically the same guys. So I'm thinking you get rid of one of those guys and you keep Jalen and or of course Sengun. I think you can package something with all the damn picks the Rockets got. So you can give up a lot. I forgot about Jabari. You can get some good shit for Giannis and still leave your team intact. Not with like what Phoenix did when they got KD. So I think if you look at the Rockets, they got 5 players that are basically the same players. And if you get rid of 3 of those guys and, because I'm not a Reed Shepherd fan at all, and they were so high on him, but I am not a Reed Shepherd fan. He reminds me of Steve fucking Alford. Yeah, you can shoot fucking threes in college, but your little short ass can't get that shit off in the NBA. And so, you
don't
think
hold
about
back.
it. Oh, I'm just saying, he's a great shooter, but you can't get that shit off in the NBA. And so, I think you got a lot of talent that you could. If you wanted to, but people say, well, I don't want to get rid of Jalen Green or Amin Thompson. No, get rid of Tari, Jabari, and Cam. That's 3 really nice players right there. So I think they should go after.
Now to piggyback on top of that, though, if you are to do that, do you feel like you kind of jeopardize your team in terms of that? Because you are right. There are a bunch of people on the Rockets that have similar play styles, but I think that the untouchables right now would be Alperen Sengun and then also Amen Thompson. I think those are like 2 untouchables to where you need to keep them. Other guys, I feel like, there could be an argument made, but I feel like those are the absolute 2. But let's say if you get rid of Atari, let's say you get rid of Jabari, it's like, where does that extra defensive depth come from? Do you have to go to free agency? Or are we going to try to, pick up guys just in that package with Giannis, like maybe a 3-team trade, whatever the case may be? But I think that you don't want to hurt yourself in terms of depth, especially leading into this second apron, this whole thing that's about to go on with that. So I think you kind of want to be able to have those young pieces to make sure you have that longevity.
Yeah, that's a fact.
No, Rob wants to sell you a house you can't afford. All right, he wants you to leverage your future, move in, put in new toilets, spend the money, all that stuff. He don't care.
Hey, trust me, you think about it, you still got enough talent over there.
Sure.
To me, I think you should only go 2 deep, maybe 3 deep anyway. When you plan it, if you want to be successful as a team, you think about all the really good teams. They go 3, maybe 4 deep if they have to. Let's take OKC, for instance. OKC is a different type of breed. They go maybe 4 deep. But shit, they bring in 3 guys as damn the same people. And so I just think that when you got a generational talent like Giannis just sitting out there, you're going to have to give up something, man. So, and I think and here's the other thing. Giannis loves Houston. There's a huge Greek population in Houston.
I heard about that.
And that's very important to people who've come from a different country. And I think if they really want to make a play for him, they could do it, and they should do it. And then I can start working for the Rockets.
I was about to say, you shouldn't have told me that. Now I'm about to be like, dang, yo, we really could get Giannis.
Yeah, I know. He's got you convinced now.
You just said he could sell me a house. I'm about to say,
no, yeah. You can't afford the shit, but he won't sell it to you.
Sugarland Katie, where you want to live?
I will say this, but Guy, I do want to ask you another content question. You've done tons of content. What's your favorite? Because that LeBron piece you did was hilarious. Like, what's your favorite piece of content that you've done thus far?
That's a good one. A good question, because I feel like I've done so many that I love so much. But I think that it has to be like the LeBron challenge one, the one that actually made me go viral. Not because of like the effort that went into it, but like that video alone has like single-handedly changed my life. So it's like that one resonates with me the most. That one just has like the most impact on my life as a creator. Put me in rooms that I never would have imagined being in, put me on floors I never would have imagined to be in. So like that would have been my favorite one.
And LeBron is, we love LeBron, but LeBron is, from a content standpoint, he's just a gift that keep on giving, because from the book incident when he was in the interview and they asked him about the book, he's holding it, book he probably ain't never read, to so many other, listening to music and not knowing the words. He's just a gift that keeps on giving, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And LeBron, he didn't even have a damn bookmark in that book. He just grabbed it and wanted to flex it. Price tag still on it and everything. But LeBron's a funny person, bro, because, like, he's in a position to where, like, you would think he's, like, this serious being, but he's so unserious. And I think that's what makes it funny. Because, like, you would imagine somebody that's, considered arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. And it's just like, you expect them to have like that Michael Jordan mentality, serious all the time. I'm a lock in. And then it's just like, you see him and he might be twerking in the locker room with his homies. It's just like,
Twerking is crazy.
And it's just like, hey, bro, like, LeBron's so unserious. So, like, from a content standpoint and having that, I guess, like, connection to LeBron in terms of when people see Bron, they expect me to do something.
Right.
That's just been like the easiest thing. It's a layup, fast break.
So you just
What were you
went down
doing,
that
Rob?
path.
What was this move?
No, that's LeBron. Every time someone hit LeBron, he does this.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure his hair right. So you just said that he's arguably one of the best players that ever played this game. So who's your Mount Rushmore? Who's your top five?
My Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore's 4 people, buddy.
Well, I mean,
That's an Alabama education coming through.
No, I know it's 4 people on Mount Rushmore, but I said your Mount Rushmore, but give me your top 5. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so are we talking about, because I want to specify this, are we talking about people I've actually watched, or you just talk about people that, like, I just have, like, respect for in general, like, out of everybody that played?
It could be a combination. Because I know you done looked at YouTube. I know you done went look at the files, yeah.
All right, so, based on eye test from what I've actually seen and based on research that I've done on previous players, I'd say my Mount Rushmore would be Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and I'd throw Kareem up there as well.
I can't really fight with that.
Who's your
I'm
fifth?
not going to fight with you. I won't.
My fifth, that's not supposed to actually be up there.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Who would be my fifth? This gonna be a controversial one because he doesn't get a lot of respect. But I'm gonna throw my dog James Harden up there, man. I'm gonna throw Harden up there.
Hey, it was nice talking to you. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. You gonna pass up fucking dreams?
I knew he was gonna say that. I knew it.
Hey, listen.
It's your mind. Come on, nigga.
All right, so first of all,
oh my goodness.
First of all, Rob, I don't feel like I could be attacked for this because
team,
Mount Rushmore is 4 people. I gave my answer already. That was an honorable mention.
It's your team. It's your team. So since I said Mount Rushmore, you got to start 5 players. You got to start 5 players, either present, past, future. You got to win the game. You got to be. It was Space Jams. You got to win the game. Who's your 5?
All right, and before I get my answer, I want y'all to remember I'm a millennial.
Me and you in the same boat.
You ain't hurting nobody if you leave Bill Walton out or Wilt.
You feel me? So I don't want people watching this like, yo, how he ain't put like relax.
Yeah. No, it's okay.
You good.
All right, so at my 1, I'm gonna put Stephen Curry. At my 2,
I know what that battle is, but go ahead.
yeah, you know what that is.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna put Bean at my 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna put Bron at my 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put. See, this is a personal bias for me. I've always been a huge fan of him. I'm gonna put Ticket at 4.
Big ticket, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And 5, I'm gonna have to put. There's so many 5s, bro. at the 5, I'm gonna have to go Diesel.
Yeah, you got to go Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta go
that.
Diesel.
See, here's my starting lineup.
Oh Lord, he gonna.
Kobe, Jordan, Pippen, Dream, Shaq. That's my 5 right there.
Slide
'Cause,
Dream
you know-
with 4.
Yeah, Dream's at the 4. Shaq's I'm 2000 Shaq. That's the only one I want. I don't want no other Shaq.
You made that clear.
Wait, no, you want
2000
2000s playoff Shaq. You don't want 2000s training camp Shaq. That's
No, I want
you know,
2000 Shaq.
Yeah.
I want first year on the field Shaq.
Yeah. All right.
Because the one thing that people always fucking forget, as crazy as his ass is now, but you think about if you look at Pippen's numbers and you look at every fucking thing Pip has done in his career, he is so fucking underrated. You think about it, all defensive team, all NBA team, and he could guard any fucking body on the court. And he is just like I'm a big Pip fan, but nobody ever talks about when it comes to Mount Rushmore. You think about it. If you have one person in the league that you say, okay, I need this guy to stop a 1 or 2, 3 or 4 and a 5, who is it going to be? The only guy I've ever seen that could do that is Pip.
I ain't finna argue
No,
with
I mean,
you.
look, you got a good point. Look,
Yeah.
here's Scotty's thing is, and this is the underrated part for me. He's Robin, right? He's Robin to Batman, and he's always, and it's nothing against his game. It's just always
Yeah.
how he was positioned. So everybody's going to look at it, and eventually what happened when Robin just said, screw you, Batman, went off and did his own thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of where Scotty ended up in his career because he was sick of being Jordan's Robin.
And
And I think that's what's pissed him off.
yeah, and Gowie, I'll salute you because when you got to that too, look, I'm a Kobe guy. Kobe's my favorite player of all time.
Yeah.
But I do know that to me, even though I hate the argument, but I will say I do think Mike is the greatest ever. So either way you would have went with that, Kobe be the 6. If you got a 6 man, Kobe may be the 6 man coming off the bench. He's the greatest 6 man ever. So, hey, I saluted that either way.
Yeah, and I was about to say, just to piggyback on the Pip thing, you only get 1 year without your Batman, and you did good.
Went to the East
But
Conference
it's
Finals.
just like the fact that you only get 1 year is kind of just like, oh, maybe it was just a fluke season. So it's like you don't really get it respected as much as it could have been because you didn't win in the end.
Well,
so.
and it seemed like that year everybody was rooting for him to fail.
Exactly.
It seemed like everybody was waiting. Okay, Scotty's going to let him down because he doesn't have Mike, and that was the narrative that I remember that year vividly. How much everybody was like, all right, wait for him to come up short.
Right. And Scotty really didn't have, he had an ego, but it seemed, he wanted Mike back. He loved having Mike there. You saw the iconic in the documentary, him pointing at the bottom of his shoe, telling him to come back. Hey, we want you back. We need you back. So that even, regardless of what their relationship is today, like he knew he needed Mike. And if Mike don't admit it, Mike knew he needed him too.
Yeah.
So,
because Mike needed more than just him. You forget. He came back in 95.
yeah.
He didn't have fucking enough. He needed fucking Robin. He needed Kukoc.
Yeah.
He needed a lot of them. Ron Harper. He needed a lot of people. So it ain't just MJ. And I think sometimes people think one player always carries a fucking team.
Yeah.
And no, you got to have 4 other motherfuckers that can get you to the top.
All right. Well, listen. The one thing we haven't talked about, we are going to play our game too with Gowie this week too.
Uh-oh.
Gowie,
No.
I do want you here to play this game.
You're going to play the game. It's going to be fun.
Because I know what your content, I think you would like this game.
You'll like it.
right,
I'll explain in a second. The only thing
I'm a little concerned about Rob's reaction.
No. It'll be fun. The only thing we haven't talked about is the NBA Finals, of course. Why? Because they start Thursday, so why wouldn't we have talked about it? But at any point, I feel like we got to cross the bridge. You've got Halliburton, you've got Shea, you've got two. Was anyone else surprised, by the way, that Siakam won MVP for Eastern Conference Finals?
I wasn't.
I kind of was. I thought they were going to give that Tyrese.
Yeah, I was a little bit. It wasn't like a, oh my gosh, but it was like a, damn, I thought it was going to be Tyrese type of situation.
I think just because of moments and,
Yeah.
The thing is, I think because he was the most popular pick, and to me, it's not as a big discrepancy as the Steph and Iggy thing, where everybody looked around like, what the fuck? Even though Halliburton was walking his way up there,
he was 2 steps up. Yeah, and
But if you look at what Siakam did throughout that series, you think about game 1, the last game, he had like 28 and 32. Siakam played his ass off, and this is a guy who sat to the side and didn't get a lot of touches because Halliburton was passing everybody. But every time they needed a fucking bucket, who did they go to? Him. And he came through. So that's what I was looking at. I think he deserved it. Even if it had gone with Halliburton, I wouldn't have been disappointed. But I just think overall that the choice was made the correct way.
With all that being said, I'm going to say this. Pacers or Boilermakers, it's going to be OKC in 5.
Wow. You bust out a little Uncle Shannon Sharp there on that one. OKC in 5.
At the worst, at the most, 6. But I got Pacers. I got OKC in 5.
Okay. Rob?
I have OKC in 7.
You think it goes 7?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Gowie.
I have OKC as well. I'm going to put some respect to Pacers. I'm going to say 6.
Well, the respect is they in the finals.
Oh, Lord.
The respect is they there. And the respect, look, it's not disrespectful. It just speaks more to OKC than it does to Pacers.
Here's the thing.
Nah, for sure. OKC is definitely one of them teams, but I just think that across the board, like even when you look at the matchup, just the depth that both teams have, they have their young stars. Obviously, SGA won MVP in comparison to Tyrese Halliburton. But at the same time, it's just like looking at those two teams play and just like the energy that they move with. I don't know, man. The Pacers are in this mode right now where it's like you can doubt us if you want to. So it's like I'm gonna pump the brakes a little bit.
I think Indiana's waiting for the world to pick against them.
Exactly.
And that's just going to go up on the bulletin board, and they're just going to point at one more thing. Look, I have wildly disrespected the Pacers throughout the postseason. I have picked against them in every single series. I thought the Knicks were going to win the whole thing.
And you're going to do it again in this series.
And I am not. I am not. I am picking the Pacers so that OKC wins because they have screwed me in every other corner. So I'm picking the Pacers. Let me give you just the numbers real quick. Two teams that are like you said, to your point, Gowie, built very similarly. The Pacers don't spam threes. They were 21st in attempts this year. 3rd in assists, so they share the rock, and they don't foul bait. 18th in free throw attempts. 7 different guys averaging double figures. On OKC's side, 68 wins on the 6th cheapest payroll, and over half the core was drafted. Only 2 of their players are in the top 100 highest paid players in the league.
Team basketball.
So, I mean, 2 teams that basically defied what everybody else in the NBA did, which was go out and give away your trade the farm for Giannis. Which is what the Rockets are lining up to do now. But they did it. These are 2 teams that did it completely the opposite of everybody, and got to the promised land. So I think it's going to be a good matchup either any way you cut it. But
and as I mentioned earlier, as we head into this second apron, like those are the teams that you really want to look at because like OKC. They can pay their big 3. And like you said, they're great at scouting, developing, drafting. So like
they have so many draft picks too. I think they've got picks on picks for like the next 3-4 years.
Come on now, they got more picks than the Black Panther Party. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, there it is.
Which is going to take us.
Sam Presti ain't playing. He's ahead of the curve.
No, he ain't. Oh, well, that's actually a good segue into this week's game. We play a game on this show that originated many, many years ago, back when we did the Shaq podcast. We've carried it over here to Rob's show, and it is called Black Crime or White Crime. Okay. I am just going to give you a batshit crazy story. It is just simply your job to tell me, was the offender African American or Caucasian?
Oh, I love this. Let's go.
So here we go. I got what, Rob?
I like the fact that you said African American or Caucasian.
What are they called? That's the
black and white.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna change the name to African American crime or Caucasian crime. All right, this black crime or white crime.
Don't feel afraid to say, "Oh, that's a white folk shit right there."
For sure. Yeah,
I will put my hand up and cop to the white people shit. Okay, I will put my hand up, but I will remain silent on other matters. All right, look, story number 1. You gotta love Spirit Airlines. This scene unfolded at Spirit Airlines gate number G12 inside the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport back in March, where an unidentified woman was seen arguing with a man, and while she was doing so, decided to rip all of her clothes off. Her chest was exposed, and she was running around the airport in her underwear. After the public indecency was quelled, the woman received medical treatment. She was not arrested. Woman stripping naked before getting on a Spirit Airlines flight. Black woman, white woman.
The dead giveaway was Spirit in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's a black woman.
Okay, Rob.
You said white woman?
No.
I said black.
Are you saying black?
Oh no, she's black. She was black.
All right, Harper.
Oh no, her name Keisha.
She was an unidentified black woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a point for everybody.
I actually saw that. So
You said Rob cheats in this game every now and then. Yeah.
I don't cheat because my
you-
wife she shows me a lot of stuff on Instagram. She tries to keep me hip
Cheating.
to what's going on in the streets.
All right, story number 2. A low-level drug dealer stole an 800-pound cannon that was used in the Spanish-American War from a Kansas park to try and settle a debt with his deranged boss who was threatening to kill him. He was arrested after the 1794 cannon went missing from its podium in a Wichita park and was later discovered in his car, chopped into pieces.
What?
Which, if you're gonna steal a cannon to settle a debt, what the hell are you doing cutting it into pieces?
Right.
Black guy, white guy.
I'm gonna say a white guy because a black person ain't gonna care about their job that deep.
Key word there, Wichita. White man.
Okay.
You said he broke the cannon down?
Into pieces.
Yeah, black folk ain't got that kind of time. Even if we do, we ain't got that kind of time. It's white.
Everybody goes the same way. Everyone's going to get a point on this one, too. Yes, 38-year-old Gordon Pierce. That's a white guy. Gordon Pierce. That might be one of the whiter names we've ever had in this game. All right, story number 3. Surveillance video has gone viral from this next story that shows a man robbing a service station while wearing a reusable grocery bag over his head. You know the ones you get, like the paper ones? They're not the paper ones, but like the cloth ones at the store. He got that joker over his head, wielding a knife. He had to take it off to put all his loot in there. Plus, he was having a hard time seeing through the cloth bag. So
Oh, this is straight out of Django.
They got him on camera. Yes, it was. It was very much Django. I can't see. Can you guys see? I can't see. My question is, black man or white man?
I ain't gonna lie. This one could go either way. I'm gonna lean towards black because it seemed like it was a spur of the moment type of thing where it was like, he ain't really think about it. He was kind of just like, "Dang, I
Not
need
well
some bread
thought
right
out.
now."
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I need some bread right now. Let me make this happen. And I think that's what happened. Black.
Robert Ory.
I'm gonna go white.
Okay.
I just sometimes I don't want my people to be that damn dumb.
Okay.
You picking for hope.
Hey, I be looking
Don't be
for
that
hope in this
dumb.
game too. I'm gonna say black. Unfortunately.
All right. Point goes to Big Shot Bob. White guy.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a white guy. Nice job.
Come on, man. You know how people ain't they just ain't gonna throw no grocery sack over their head like that.
Here's the
nah.
thing. Well, here's the thing. White people love the reusable cloth bag at the grocery store. All right, that's very much a white person thing.
All we do is criticize, criticize, criticize.
All right, story 4. A high school senior was seen in a viral video running a relay race. This was a women's 4x200 relay race out in track and field, and she was trailing her opponent. So what did she start doing? Hitting the girl in front of her on the head with the baton before she handed it off to her fellow competitor there. This was in Lynchburg, Virginia. The runner dove off the track, fell to the ground. As a result, her team was disqualified, and she was charged with assault and battery. Girl who decided to smack the woman in front of her with a relay baton. Black girl or white girl?
Now, I'm going to say this. Black women are very fast. So when it comes to track runners, I feel like it's going to be a black, dominated thing. And if it was a white woman, I don't think she would be that bold. So I'm going to go black.
He's got good logic. I can't fight his logic.
Come on now.
Robert Ory.
Black.
No explanation. No.
I saw this.
Okay, I got. Oh, you again?
Wait a minute, but this sounds
national news.
Yeah, this sounds real familiar to that national news that happened.
Okay.
It made national news.
Yeah. Oh, this
right.
a sister.
Oh yeah, it was a Layla Everett. Yeah, it was a black
yeah,
girl.
that's her.
All right, well I gotta start.
Because she
using-
came on apologizing, saying that she didn't mean to. She was all this and all that. Like, it made national news.
Yeah, she said it was an
I
accident.
remember. I said when you started now, I said this sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. All right, well I gotta stop using
Hey,
national news stories. My bad.
I got no life, man. I sit in the house and watch.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta get off Instagram,
Instagram,
bro.
TV.
Like, come on, dude. What are you doing? All right, a couple more quick ones here, and then we'll let Gowie run. Orlando police say a man waltzed into a Tiffany & Company store in Orlando impersonating a representative of an Orlando Magic basketball player. He said he did that to get access to the high-priced jewelry. He then stole $769,000 worth of earrings and a ring worth $587,000. The problem is when they stopped him outside, he didn't have any of that on him. They didn't find it till they got him back to the police station and did a scan. He swallowed them.
Wow.
So a dude who swallowed about $1.5 million worth of jewelry from a Tiffany store. Black guy or white guy?
I ain't gonna lie. When the story first started, I was like, oh yeah, that's a black guy. Because first of all, if he can convince them that he's a basketball player, he's black.
Well, he's a representative of the Orlando Magic. I didn't say he was a basketball player.
Oh, okay.
He pretended to be a representative of a basketball player.
When you got to the point to where you said he swallowed it, that's a white guy.
Okay.
Shit.
You didn't see this one on Instagram, did you?
I didn't see this one on Instagram. I didn't see this one. I ain't cheating, man.
Making sure.
Part of me want to say white guy, then a part of me want to say black guy. So I'm gonna go with a brother. I'm gonna go with a brother on this one.
I'm gonna go white. Now, some brothers have been known, to swallow drugs when they go to prison just to try to hide them. But you talking about $1.some million in jewelry? No, bro. That's a white person.
That's white people shit?
Y'all that adventurous. We ain't that adventurous.
Yeah, no. No, that's 32-year-old Jathan Lawrence Glider. It's a black guy.
Oh, dang.
Wow. Yeah. Rob, point for Rob. All right, two to go.
First of all, white people don't really think, I'm gonna represent the Orlando Magic. Some brothers, oh shit, I'm gonna represent the black guys in basketball. That was my logic going into
Scott
that one.
Skiles may have something to say about that. I'm just saying, all right?
That's what I'm saying. He had me in the first half. I was like, oh yeah, that's a black guy. But the swallowing the jewelry, that's where it got me.
Yeah, I got a little funny.
I named the only white person I knew from the Magic in history, Scott Skiles. May have something to say about that.
Shit.
All right, a Robert.
I can't name another white guy either. Greg Kite.
On the Magic? Who?
Greg Kite. Did he play for the Magic?
I don't know. That's your era.
Yeah. Now you're going deep. All right, let's get to the stories here. Instead of trying to name white people who played for the Magic. A robber didn't get what he expected after attempting to rob a sex store in San Bernardino, California. Surveillance video from the story shows the workers behind the counter fighting him off, thinking his gun was fake, and angrily throwing large rubber dildos at him.
Oh, no.
He left empty-handed. With a fistful of God knows what. So the man who tried to rob the sex store and got beat off by dildos. Just the best way to say that. Pause. Unidentified white man or black man?
Oh, man. This one is hard.
Pause.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
I set this up for disaster. I set the whole thing up.
Hey, yo. This one I'm gonna have to go biracial. It sounds like light skin.
Right down the middle. I like that. Okay.
I'm gonna say white guy.
Okay.
I'm a white guy also.
Rob's going white.
I think I saw this story.
Again, cheating. Freaking cheating.
Candace needs to stop showing you Instagram
I know,
stuff
man.
and
She's
cut off
ruining
the TV.
every game on the podcast. If she starts taking you to Walmarts and Waffle Houses, we got big problems. Big problems on the show.
I just left New Orleans. I wanted to go to Waffle House so bad.
Oh, my God. So, Gowie, the other game we play on this show, Walmart or Waffle House. I'll give you a crazy story. You just got to tell me if it happened at a Walmart or a Waffle House.
I'm gonna
That's
say
an interesting one is too.
I'm gonna say white guy.
All right, everybody's going white guy. Everybody's going to get a point. Yeah, it's an unidentified
That's
white
how we
man.
close it out.
San Bernardino, California. That should have been the giveaway there. Yeah, a lot of white folks.
I think I seen that story on TV.
Do you want the last story? It's my favorite.
I don't want the game anyway because I got every question right.
I think you're right. Yeah. Cheat. So yeah, no, it's this is my favorite story in the whole thing. Police say a fight broke out between a group of teens at a local community center in Memphis, and it took a gunshot fired into the air to get the boys to break up the fight and scatter in every direction. The police say the shot didn't come from any of the teens, but rather one of the boys' 72-year-old grandmother. She went to pick up her grandson at the community center, saw the fight, got out the car, started firing up into the air, get all the boys to scatter. Black woman, white woman.
You gave this away when you said Memphis.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Okay, fine. I should let the city in.
Once you said Memphis and then OG came out with the pistol, yeah. Definitely black activity.
Ninja shit.
Hey, you said that, not me.
Yeah,
That's all I'm gonna say.
that's us.
All right, yeah, that's points all around. Yeah, that's us. That's 72-year-old Joyce Brown. God bless her. God bless Grandmama carrying a man strap. Grandmama strapped, man.
Sliding for her grandchildren.
Absolutely.
She come out. All right, man. We've kept you way too long. We appreciate your time.
Man, we appreciate
Hey,
it,
man.
Kid
brother.
Gowie, man, that was a lot of fun, dude.
Hey, man, this was perfect time. And like, this was great. I enjoyed my time. Bunch of laughs, great conversation. Shout out to Robert Ory. Shout out to Brendan. Shout out to Jenners, man. Had a great time.
Dude, I'm
God,
glad. We
appreciate
appreciate
you,
you, man.
Hey, we got to catch a Rockets game together, man. So
Oh yeah, for sure. I pop into Houston here and there. So like, definitely tap in with me. Let me know when you plan on going, and I'll make it happen.
I definitely will.
We'll connect you guys, and remember, Rob pays the bill. Okay, just everything's on Rob. That's the.
Hey, don't tell me that. I'll go crazy at that.
That's the move.
Hey, and then I just give it right on to the Rockets.
All right, boss man.
Yo, Tillman.
All right,
Hey, Tillman, here's your bill, Tillman.
All right, bro. We'll be in contact, though. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Gowie, man.
I appreciate
Much love,
it,
brother.
man.
All right.
That was good, man. He was
Oh, that
funny.
was dope. That was great.
He was really fun.
He's one of the guys, like you said, when you start looking at content, that's being done on the internet and on social. So, and it's not just the content, his knowledge of the game.
Well, yeah,
How
I mean, you can
thorough
tell he's an
he
NBA
is.
fan.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's like, I
yeah.
think NBA fans have the most fun with the NBA.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
he knows. And the LeBron shit has been, oh my God, dude. His LeBron is outstanding.
Yeah.
His LeBron
But
impression.
like they said, that's the one that put him on. That's the one that got him over the top. So
Man, did y'all know that Hartenstein is making $30 million this year?
Yeah, he was one of actually when I gave you that number
Really?
about there's only two guys on the Knicks or on the OKC roster that are in the top 100. It's Shea and Hartenstein. Those are the two.
wow.
My motherfucker make 30 fucking million.
Yeah. No, he got paid.
Well, when it's
No
time,
wonder he went to OKC. Shit, I left the Knicks too.
that 30 ain't gonna look like too much when it's time for them to pay Chet.
What's Chet got left?
He got a couple of years.
He's got to have a couple more years,
He's
right?
got the rookie. He on that
Yeah,
rookie
because
deal.
he missed his
Yeah.
first year, right? Then it
Yeah.
was 2 years after, I think. So he's got to have at least a year or two left.
Yeah, but they gonna start having that conversation with him soon, because
Well, they're gonna have to.
yeah,
I think at some point. I think some of those conversations.
I wouldn't be surprised if they offer him something just a little early, because I think that's what a lot of teams are starting to do is offering it up early to kind of see if they can get a guy to sign
Yeah.
before it's actually possibly time for him to sign.
So you don't get stuck negotiating against
Yeah, I
yourself.
see that a lot
Yeah.
around not only basketball but football too.
It come back and bite you in your ass
It
too,
can,
because
too.
you can piss the player off. Says, man, that ain't my true market value.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but you think about that team, they ain't gonna be able to afford all those guys.
Not
They're going
in
right
April.
to an old situation where you had those big three last time. Think about what's his name, the other Jalen.
Oh yeah. You're talking about Durant and all them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I think
it's-
Jalen gonna have to get paid too because
Yeah.
he's killing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, but again, OKC's got more draft picks coming up the next 4 or 5 years than I think any other team in the league, if I'm not mistaken.
But winning a title helps. Like when you win a title, I always say, like, even with a young team like this, if you know you got a couple of guys that are coming up that you're going to have to pay, and you only know you're going to keep a couple of them, you win a title, now you're saying, hey, we did it. Now it justifies a lot of guys saying, you know what? Now I'm still young.
gonna take a
Let me go
few.
get my bag.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get your bag, but there's also gonna be guys that are gonna not negotiate against because they want to be part of a championship.
Absolutely. True, that happens too.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, so I can go get paid to play in Washington? Like,
Yeah.
all right, get your bag and wallow in nothingness in Washington. So, yeah, I don't know. I hope they keep some of those cores together. Look, we'll wrap up here. The only thing we didn't do this week was Big Shot of the Week, so I'm going to do that real quick. And then we will see you guys on Friday for a quick shoot-around as we get ready for the NBA Finals to tip off. Big Shot of the Week, I got a 2-1 this week. Maria Mendoza and a freshly graduated high school senior named Mikhail Baker. Here's why. Mikhail works at Burger King in Decula, Georgia, right here, right around the corner from us. Well, hours after he graduated from Mill Creek High School, he knew that they were on a rush, so he graduated, he got in his car, and he drove his ass to work. And he worked at Burger King the night of his high school graduation.
Wow.
He's serving, in the video that this woman, Maria Mendoza, posted, he is serving packing bags and serving guests, still got his robe on. I mean, he's got his cap off and stuff, but he's got his robe on. He's got his medals on still. Like, he walked off the graduation stage to get to that job to help them. So this woman posted this video of him and just said, hey, this kid deserves a little shout out here. He is out here on the night of his high school graduation. He didn't even take his gown off, and he's working.
Yeah. And
she put up a GoFundMe and said maybe we could throw him a few bucks and see how he does. It got 3 million views, and they raised over $22,000 for this young man. And so he's going to use that to fuel his college education. So not only big shot of the week to him for doing the right thing and being a hardworking, hard, upstanding employee, but to the young woman that posted the video and said, "Hey, let's throw a few bucks his way." What you got, Rob?
I saw that on social media too.
You son of a bitch! You know what? Why don't you put the show together from now on?
Real talk.
Everything I got to talk about. Oh, I already seen this. Oh, yeah.
You know what's weird? And I was looking at him. I was like, the first thing I thought about, like, shit, after my graduation, I'm trying to catch up with my girlfriend because I'm about to go off to college. I'm trying to shake one more out.
Wow. That might be the title of this week's show, trying to shake one more out. Woo. Holy cow. Good for you.
Oh, man.
This man went to work. Rob says, I'm going to get me some.
Shit. Hey, I knew I was about to leave for college. I might never see her again. I was like, yo, babe, let's get together one last time.
Make it count.
Make it, and throw some Keith Sweat on. Make it last forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And you were in high school and college when he was in his prime.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that's prime Keith Sweat.
That's prime Keith Sweat right there.
That's peak.
Peak Keith Sweat.
Peak.